Good morning, world. How is it going today? Happy Friday to everyone across the nation and a little bit in the world. I think we have some people from the UK that watch. Yeah. So lots to get into today. All of us YouTubers and stuff, especially ones that do live shows, kind of struggle for topics because, in general, everything is just rehashed anyway, but we do like to be here to help. But I have quite a few things on the list today. So we can get over here to the chat and say good morning to Money for Mars. He popped in but had to go off to his full-time job. But thank you for popping in, Money for Mars. Monty, of course, from Texas. Good morning. Piper John. Authorized Picker. Good morning. Thank you for popping in. Michelle Lathan down in Richmond, Virginia. Good morning. Adam, ADDG. What's up, bud? South of Martindale. How is everyone's Friday so far? John, Dad's Vintage Garage. Hello from Richmond, Virginia. Mike, the Maniac Picker. Hawk, how's it going? Yeah. But anyway, yeah, been trying to keep, not trying, I have been keeping myself busy. I've been listing a lot of good stuff, at the grind. As everyone watches me knows, I have 3 eBay accounts, but 2 are my main focus. The third is just kind of a startup, just whatever. My main eBay account is a premium store, the 1,000 item limit store. Over Christmas, I've generally kept it close to 1,000 items, between 950 and 1,000 pretty regularly, but during Christmas sales were so heavy and I wasn't able to list as much. So it got down into the high 800s, but been listing hard and heavy, and it's back up to like 920 items. I'm going to get it back up to, that 980 to 1,000 mark, and then jump over to my second account. My second account is just a basic store, which is the 250 item limit, and it's been sitting there at 220 to 240 for quite a while now. But the next few days, I'm going to get my main account up to that 1,000, and then I'm going to take my second account up to the premium level store. That's my goal for the next foreseeable future, however long it takes. So, good morning, Forever Fishing, Missouri. Gina, good morning. Kathleen Newberry, good morning. Good morning. Oh, it's NASCOke. Hey, my sister said you guys met up yesterday and had lunch. That's awesome. I'm glad you guys got to meet. Let me see here. Sounds like you've been working through the death pile, John. Dad's Vintage Garage. If you just now found your kitchen table again, that happens to us all. All my work surfaces around here. I have a table right here that's basically for shipping, but it's been piled with stuff, and it's getting there though. It's getting back to where it's strictly a shipping table. It's getting there slowly but surely. Gate City Picker, good morning. That's awesome, Kathleen. If those you don't know, Kathleen Newberry, her main YouTube account is NASCOke, NAS Coke. And she met up with my sister yesterday in Memphis, Tennessee, and they had lunch together, and that was pretty cool deal. My sister was excited. So yeah. My sister and I everyone's different, but we're pretty similar. We look a lot alike, so we're pretty close in age. We're only a year and a few months apart. So yeah. Liz Ann's Fines, good morning. Thank you for popping in. Steampunk Town, he says, hope all is well. He must have been in Justin's show this morning. I just had the past few days, and I don't put any, credence in the supernatural, astrology, whatever, life is what it is. But the past 2 days, I've just had a bad vibe, bad, like something bad is going to happen. But, nothing has, and I hope nothing will, but it's just been strange. It's been weird. It's probably mostly because I haven't sold Jack on eBay. Oh, that's not true. Yesterday I didn't sell anything. Zero. Shut out. And that like so rarely happens. Like literally a handful, less than 5 times a year do I sell nothing on eBay. And yesterday was one of those times. I mean, nothing. And the day before that was bad, but at least I sold something. I sold one item and it was like $70 or so. But yesterday, nothing at all. Today so far, nothing. So I don't know if that goes in with my bad juju feeling or just what, it's always a bad feeling not to sell anything. So almost as bad as getting returns. So, but anyway, that does lead me into my next topic, which we'll talk about here in a few minutes, which is what can you do to kickstart your sales? And I got a whole list of things I kind of sketched out here that you can do that I have tried, and we'll see if it worked or not. The number one thing, well, I'll go ahead and go through it because what the heck. The number one thing is to list, but that is not a cure all because I have been listing. I've been listing good stuff too consistently, and still got shut out yesterday. Second thing I have on my list is your edits. Go through your items and make sure that, and this has happened to me the past two what sold videos. I've had 2 items that actually sold that had typos in them. Not good, so go through and check if there's any typos in your items and brush up your pictures in, I realize not everyone's the same, but some of my older stuff is really bad pictures. So either you need to retake those photos or there's some pretty handy tools in the eBay web page. You go on to edit your item and you can brighten your item up or you can box it in to where it cuts out some of the edge stuff. So it's just the item. It puts it further up to the front and more in focus. So yeah, edit your photos and make sure you have no typos. Yeah, just do a rehash, and that leads to the third one, which you can do, which I haven't done, but I've known people that has done it. I think Tommy Bernard, he's not in here right now, but Tommy Bernard does this sometimes, is if your item ends, if you do like 30-day listings, even if you do good till sold in your item completely and completely relist it, take it down and do it again. I've heard that works a couple of times. I've never done it, but I've heard people doing it. Fourth item I have on my list of kickstarting your sales is to do promoted listings. I have done them usually around the holidays is when I do them, but you can do promoted listings, and some people have had success. It's just like anything, it's hit and miss, and all these things, may help and they may not. I don't know. Number 5 is a sale. Run a sale on your store. And this morning I did put a 10% sales on about 500 items that were $50 and below. I did a narrow range and did a 10% off sale on some items. Sixth thing you can do is you send offers to people who are watching your items. And this is something I try to do every day, regardless if sales are good or bad. Yeah, I don't have a link here, but there's links and videos all over of people showing you how to do this. Andy the Parrot Head Picker has one, and several other people. But yeah, send offers to watchers. And the 7th item, and I'm sure that I'm missing some stuff here, but this is just stuff I literally 2 minutes before I went live, I was like, write down this list, jot it down. The 7th item on this list is to cross post. Cross post your stuff to Amazon, Poshmark, Mercari, whatever you do. Yesterday and the day before, I cross posted about 20 things over to Poshmark. Still no sales, but I figured it couldn't hurt. They're already listed on eBay. It was pretty simple. I go into the eBay item. I copied my pictures over to my hard drive on my laptop. I was upstairs watching TV doing this. Copied my pictures over straight from eBay to my hard drive on my computer. Copied the description. Popped them on Poshmark. It took literally just a couple minutes for each of those. So yeah, and that's 7 items that you can do to kickstart your sales on eBay. Now, will they work? Who knows? It hasn't worked for me so far, but it will. Everybody has. It's all peaks and valleys, up and downs. So yeah. Oh, so yeah. Adam says the past couple of days have been bad sales for him too. Yeah, I don't know what it is. South of Martindale, speak it into the universe, and it usually happens. So yeah, no doubt. RS, at what point do you think it's not you, but eBay is not as good as a venue as in the past, and it's possible. But overall, RS, I look at the big picture. You know, you can look what you're looking at is the micro, what they call microeconomics. But I look at the macro. Like last year on the macro, eBay was great, you know, for me, and this year started off great too. Up until the past 2 days, it has been pretty darn good for me. So in the micro, it's still good. It's just the past day or two, it's been. So it is what it is. Moronic pest, my way out of a dry spell is to list daily and or fix old days. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. Lists, edit, rehash, redo, take down, put back up again, take new pictures, do what you have to do. Adam asked, what if a normal job was like eBay? Some days you got paid a lot and some days you didn't get paid. That would stink, wouldn't it? And in that realm of thinking, Adam, this isn't like a normal job, but you know, back in the day, you know, in the mid 90s and stuff, I worked as, you know, all those menial jobs that people work. I worked as a server, a waiter, a bartender and stuff. Some days you'd make $100, some days you'd make 20, you know, and they paid, you know, $2.13 an hour. So you really relied on those tips for your wages, which I don't agree with, but that's a whole other topic. But yeah. So some jobs are like that. Good morning, Mo. Mo Flips. Good morning, Elle. How you doing this morning? She had bad sales as well on eBay. So I don't know. Maybe it's yeah, it's just people not buying stuff. Piper John had a couple of slow days, and then yesterday sales exploded. And on top, I actually turned down a couple of lowball offers. Just, yep, absolutely. He said, just be patient. That's true. Like yesterday, I did have 2 offers, but I countered them and crickets. So I could have had 2 sales, but you know, I countered trying to get a few extra dollars and then nothing. But that was my choice. I could have had 2 sales, you know. So L been selling on Mercari and Amazon. Just need to adjust my eBay game. Yeah, it's always about adjusting. You know, adjusting your prices up, even up. I have, you know, some items, and one in particular had a ton of watchers, like 25 watchers and stuff. I raised the price on the item and it sold. And that's been a few months ago. I was like, there's so many watchers on this, I'm going to raise it $20. And as soon as I did that, it sold. Good morning, Sean. How's it going this morning? Tommy, there you are, is just talking about you. Anything that's been listed for a long, long time that has no watchers, end it and sell it similar. Yep, make a couple minor changes. That's exactly what I told you guys. Tommy, he'll take stuff down and completely relist it. Yep. And I probably need to do that on some items. I don't have a lot that's super old. You know, I have pretty good turnover, but there's some stuff I could probably do that on. Good morning, the candle hoarder. How you doing this morning? And it could be Mo, the weather. It could be. I mean, who knows? There's a lot of different things. Monty said in Texas 3 days ago it was 70 degrees. Now it's 24 degrees in Texas. That's a winter storm freeze in Texas, isn't it? Candle Hoarder said, no, not racing to the bottom. Low ball offers. Yeah, that's why those, you know, those offers I got yesterday, the 2 offers were decent. You know, they just weren't quite there. So, you know, I countered up just a little bit. It wasn't crazy or anything, but, and then, yeah, crickets, nothing, but it happens. And that's part of the game. And I say game in it's real life, but it is a game too. You know, it's mind games with these people, counters, counter offers and stuff. So Moronic Pest said 2 nights ago, someone made me an offer, $100 on an item I had 150 on. I didn't answer. And after about 2 hours, he bought it for 150. Sometimes it pays to wait. Absolutely. I've had that happen before as well, especially if it's you know, I go to bed fairly early. I go to bed like at 9 o'clock because I get up at 5 a.m. And somebody on the West Coast, you know, it's 6 o'clock on the West Coast, 6 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern. And somebody on the West Coast will make an offer on something. And obviously I don't respond because I'm asleep. And, you know, a couple hours later, they'll just buy it. That's happened a lot of times. Good morning, Candace Cox. How you doing this morning? Forever Fishing just sold a scooter on Facebook Marketplace after raising the price by $100. Yep, that happens. Absolutely, it happens. 100%. So anyway, I got that stuff out of the way. You know, I just had, you know, bad juju, and it's, the feeling is still there, but you know, you guys helped me get over it. So I appreciate that. You guys are awesome. And I talked about, you know, my sister meeting up with a subscriber on here, and NASCO has been a subscriber for a long time, Renee. And yeah, she messaged me. She heard me talking about my sister was from Northeast Arkansas, but she's in Memphis almost every day for her job. She's like a traveling dental specialist, where she is a specialist in the fit of crowns and implants and stuff. And she travels around to all the different dentist offices around Memphis and Northeast Arkansas and stuff. Whoops, sorry. Text, crazy text. Let me see, I'm gonna respond to this real quick. Okay. But anyway, man, my sister, she's like a specialist that she helps with those crowns and stuff. And she's in Memphis, like I said, almost every day. And Renee emailed me and asked if she would want to meet up and stuff. I'm like, yeah, she probably will. You know, my sister's pretty social. She's not like me. I'm a little bit antisocial, but no, not really, not real bad. I like people, I like meeting stuff. But they met up for lunch yesterday. It sounds like they had a good time. So I don't think they got to go thrifting. It was just kind of a first meet and greet. Anyway, Piper John, Primetime Treasures channel. He's a neuropsychologist who resells good videos on negotiation techniques and the psychology behind lowball offers and how to respond. Good to know. I don't think I've ever watched his channel, but that sounds interesting. I'm always up for learning something new. Absolutely. And Kathleen, that's Renee. That's NASCO. Said we're going to have fun. She's a hoot. Yeah, she is. She's fun. I'd say this. She's more social. She's more social than I am. She's and she's fun. She is. She really is. What's up, Pick and Roll? How's it going today? It's got a lot more chilly in Virginia today. It looks like almost like snow weather, but I don't think it's going to snow. But it may. I mean, who knows? It's crazy. Oh boy. Okay. And the other thing I had on my list, and I've had people ask before, and I haven't had anything specific come up, but repairing stuff and specifically clothes. I have done it. I've gotten away from buying that kind of stuff, but when I was really kicking up my eBay store and, you know, getting inventory and stuff, I would buy stuff that had some issues. And I found one yesterday that I still haven't repaired that I pulled out of the garage. And it's this coat here. Let me see. And this is a really high-end coat. Like if I can get it fixed, it's a couple $100, you know. So but it has the zipper is not torn completely. It's just like the threads came undone down here. You see that? This is totally fixable. All you have to do is, you know, peel the seam back here, put it in, and you have a sewing machine. You just sew it back in there. And my wife is better at this than I am, of course. But yeah, not to say it's easy and not to say everyone can do it, but there's all kinds of YouTube videos out there of how to use a sewing machine and stuff. But don't be afraid of that kind of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of money in this coat. It was only like $10, and it's worth a couple $100 once the zipper is fixed. So, and talking about zippers, fixing zippers, I think I have a link in my Amazon affiliate links down there about with some zipper repair stuff, because you can buy this stuff. I'm pulling stuff out right now. Should have had this ready, but yeah. Okay. Zipper repair. If your jacket or whatever is not zipping at all, like you zip it up and it just pops open, it's an easy fix. I bought this. There's all different types of sizes and colors of pulls. Like this is the pull, and this is a white one, and there's different sizes. You know, there's in whatever size your jacket has on it, that's what you want to put back, because the teeth are a certain size. and it takes a certain size pull to make those teeth come together. So to do that, you also have to have these little bad boys. And some coats have plastic ones, some have metal ones, but you can replace the plastic ones with metal ones. It's not that big a deal. These are small. These are the crimp at the top of the zipper. Okay. At the top of the zipper's on this side. So at the top, the zipper on this one works fine. It's just the zipper itself. So, but I'm just using it as an example. There's this little, the very top piece right there. All that is this little metal piece. And you can pry that off, and that zipper pull will come right off. Come right off at the top. And then you put your new pull on and get you a pair of pliers and just crimp this little thing back on, and your zipper will work just like new. So I know I didn't do one, but it's pretty simple, and I'm sure there's other YouTube videos out there of how to do that. But it's always good to have these on hand. I have literally paid $5 for jackets and fixed the zipper, which took 5 minutes, and sold them for $100, $200 because the zipper was busted. Now, like I said, I'm really getting away from this, but if it was a, $200, $300 jacket and I got it for $5, I'd still do that. It takes only a couple minutes to fix. Like I said, you can get all this stuff on Amazon. I think I have the Amazon affiliate links. I have the pulls, a variety of pulls, colors, shapes, sizes, the crimp up at the top, and I have a variety of color of these as well. I have black, I have gold, I have silver, all in this little bag. And I also have some vests and jackets and stuff have longer pulls, and I have some of those as well. And here's some other type of pulls that came in a variety pack. Yeah. So yeah, and this stuff is cheap. This stuff is not expensive, and all you need is like I said, a basic pair of pliers, and you can fix that stuff. So, but anyway, that was my other thing of the day. Let me see here. Sorry, I'm zip back up here in the chat. Monty said they're supposed to get snow in Texas. Boo. Yeah, absolutely. Candace, like I said, that putting that reattaching that zipper with the sewing machine is an easy fix. I just have to get it out and do it. Yep. Candle holder, easy fix. Steampunk Town have sold jackets with broken zippers and still got good money. Yeah, absolutely. But you could have gotten more, maybe, RS, if the teeth are missing or cracked, that's a whole different animal. You would have to take out the entire teeth, that side, and replace it, and that's difficult. That takes a little bit more knowledge. It can be done, but I probably wouldn't mess with it, because that you're talking an hour or two process. So yeah. And this asks, is anyone putting videos in their eBay listings for things that move? Yes, absolutely. And I said I was going to do a video on that, and I still will. I just haven't had an electronic to test. I do put videos in my listings for electronics. Absolutely. Good morning, Justin. Thank you for popping in. Yeah. I was hoping some people, I know most people pretty much know about this stuff, but some people don't, Mo says he fixed mini zippers. Yep, absolutely. Oh, that's good. That's good, Monty. My sister-in-law is really, really good with the sewing stuff, but she lives in Kansas City, so she's not really much help. If I have a specific question, of course, she'll answer it, but yeah. Good morning, Will. Honda Hangouts. Good morning from Ohio. Chris Gentry asked, do you ever use until it sells? I'm assuming you guess good until, I'm assuming you mean good until canceled as a time frame option, trying to understand any depositors or not. Some people use good till canceled under their listings. I personally prefer 30-day listings, but that's just a personal preference. And it's my preference because it gives me the ability when I go to relist the item, I can do a quick scan and just like I was talking about before, I can reevaluate, check for typos, see if I want to, to move on from an item or whatever. So if you do good till canceled, you can still go through your items, but it auto relists, and I just prefer to go through them. And yeah, that's just my personal preference, So, oh, thanks, Liz Ann. You have a good day. Maria Nunez asked, can you recommend a good repair snap button repair source? That's one thing I haven't repaired is snaps. I think my wife has, though. There's a specific tool, and I'm sure we have it because we have all this crap in that. And there's a snap repair tool. It's a specific tool. Yeah, but I've personally never done it, but I'm sure she has. If she was here, I would ask her, but she's at work. So just you can search that. I'm sure on Amazon, Maria, is getting replacement snaps, and I'm sure there's different sizes. Of course, there's plastic, there's metal, but you'll definitely need that tool. And I'm sure there's some videos out there of how to remove a damaged snap as well. That'd be interesting to watch. May go watch those later today. Oh, good morning, Candace Hicks from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Driven through Chattanooga a couple times. Very beautiful area of the country. And I really like they have municipal internet. I think that's awesome. I think the rest of the country should follow Chattanooga's lead on that. And they've had that for like 15 years. They were the first municipality in the nation to do municipal internet. Chattanooga, Tennessee. Very, very ahead of their time. Oh, you're welcome, Chris. Absolutely. Good morning, Sue Ann. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so yeah, I covered all the stuff on my list already. Obviously, I have nothing to pack and ship today, unfortunately. Yeah, be nice if I was sitting here and it heard that ka-ching a couple times. I think that my bad juju I was talking about. I think I'm just having cha-ching withdrawals. What do you think? You get used to hearing that cha-ching 5 to 10 times a day, and you don't hear it you only hear one in the past 2 days. I think I just think I may be in withdrawals. So maybe I have to go watch my own What Sold video to hear that cha-ching noise. And for all the creators in the the YouTube creators in the chat, do you guys watch your own videos? I try to, actually, because I want to see what I can do better, what I can improve on. So not that you can improve on this, but I'm just kidding. Oh gosh. That's awesome. Candace says EPB is one of the fastest internet speeds in the world. Pretty awesome. Absolutely. And I read about that. Like I said, Chattanooga, I read about their municipal internet like 10 years ago, over 10 years ago. And I thought it was the most awesome thing. And I was like, I want to move there. Sue Ann's in Clarksville, Tennessee. I have Sue Ann. I know it's not too close or too far to it, but well, I don't know if I should say my last name on here. But I have a big, huge family history in Stewart County and Henry County, Tennessee. Yeah, big, old family history in that area. And my last name is still widespread in that area. Even though my great grandfather moved from that area to Arkansas in like 1930 1915 or so. There was a flu pandemic in that era, in that 1915 era, and my great grandfather's dad passed away, and he and some of his siblings moved to Arkansas. I don't know why. But Ooh, chat jumped on me. Hang on. Punches resells. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning. Yep. Appreciate you listening. Will says a lot of people believe the algorithm sees good till canceled as a stale listing after a while if an item has a lot of watchers and no sales at the time. Yeah, and that's possible. There's a lot of theories on eBay's algorithm, but it's crazy. Keith, command post picker, welcome back, man. Appreciate you coming in. It has been slow. It has been. You know what's funny is the past, like I said, the past 2 days have been slow. I sold the one thing a couple of days ago for like $70, but the days before that, the 3 or 4 days before that were huge for me. Like, $300, $400, and for me, that's big. I know for some people that's chump change, but if I'm doing $400 a day, 2 thumbs up. The Georgia Picker. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing today? I think I missed something. Oh, I think I missed something. Sorry, guys. Try to keep up. If you can, we got 55 watching. Remember to hit the thumbs up. I'm not going to harp on it too much, but I appreciate it. You do. I know some people are driving and listening and stuff, and I know you can't, or watching on TV. Piper John says, used to have a t-shirt on front. I might not be perfect on the back, but parts of me are excellent. And in excellent condition too, right? Sue Ann says, I found out when doing genealogy that one of my greats founded the Warren County area. Yeah, and that's what, and one of my family history goes so far back in North Carolina and Tennessee. Obviously, they were there before they were states. Actually, they were colonies. But one of my relatives was on the first surveying party into Tennessee, and they were like fighting Native Americans and all that stuff. And yeah, he was one of the first people in that Stewart County area. Good morning, chicken fried steak from Cali, California. Ooh, jumped. There's Reseller Rockefeller. How you doing, man? How you doing this morning? Sorry, scrolling back up. Good morning, Dawn. 2 hip chicks. No worries, no worries. Glad you're joining in. Sue Ann, did they move during the Civil War? Tennessee was very divided states, and lots of people left Tennessee. My family left Tennessee for Kentucky because they were Union. No, like I said, it was during the flu pandemic of 1915 ish. It must have. I think it was really bad. Obviously, it killed a lot of people. Killed a lot of people. Absolutely, reseller. Yeah, like I said, the past 2 days bad, but the previous 3 or 4 days before that were great. But it's okay. It'll come back again. Absolutely will. I mean, like it's $300, $400 days. Yeah. And it's great. Even in the area I live in, it's great. But if I could live in a more, you know, reasonably priced area of the country, that'd be really great. Good morning, Glenn, the swamp picker. Thank you for popping in, bud. I haven't talked to you in a while. Thank you for joining in. Yeah, Candace. So like I said, mine are too. So Punches resells in North Carolina. Yeah, my family history is in Anson County, North Carolina. like they were in Anson County in the early 1700s, early to the mid 1700s. And then the mid to the late 1700s is when they shifted to Tennessee. So they were in Tennessee really, really early. Yeah. John says it seemed eBay was posting my listing as good to cancel, always like 30-day. Also had a few sales that got double upped, sold, and then resold a month later. Oh, that's, you know what's crazy, John, is that duplicate listings are against eBay policy, but most of the time duplicate listings are their fault for some one reason or another. It's their technical glitches. So yeah, I've had that happen to me a couple times as well, John. You're not alone. Definitely not alone. A reseller Rockefeller says pretty good. Just trying to get some listings up for my morning rise and coffee. Yep. With a side of listing. Absolutely. We have one other, Chris Gentry. We have, you're in Charleston, South Carolina. We have one other person that's usually in the chat, Danny. Her tag is EMM. She lives in Charleston, South Carolina as well. I haven't seen her today, but she's normally in here. So got a couple folks from Charleston or live in Charleston, maybe not from there. Good morning, Shasha. Thank you for popping in. I have a question. Do we have any? I know Tommy Bernard's really tech savvy. Do we have anyone that has graphic design experienced in the chat? I'm thinking about doing some stickers, like just like 3-inch by 2-inch stickers to use as like, I may sell them, give them away for, like special offers to, yeah, who knows? I'm just thinking about getting some. They were talking about merch this morning on Justin's channel, and I'm not to the level I can sell merch yet, but I think I can give away some stickers. But I don't know. I'm not really good at the graphic design stuff. So my wife is, but she's too busy to mess with it. And I don't want to ask her to take on something else. Good morning, Jason GeoWolf. Thank you for popping in. It's always good to see a new name in the chat. Feel free to participate, ask questions. It's kind of a free for all. Ooh, yeah. Dawn asked, has anyone else been getting PayPal notice of a payment emails 2 or 3 days after the purchase? I will get confirmation right away. Yes, Dawn, that happens to me. It seems like it goes in spurts too. Like 3 or 4 days ago, I had a sale actually, and I got the PayPal notification immediately, but the eBay notification took about an hour for some reason. I have no idea. But stuff like that happens all the time. Oh, that's good, Chris. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Oh yeah, and especially the app notification too. That's totally hit and miss, sometimes. And I still just have the iPhone 6S. So I'm like 3 or 4 generations behind, but it works fine. I'm not going to pay freaking $1,000 for a phone. Not going to happen. If Apple persists in this $1,000 phone stuff, when this dies, I'll just have to move on to a different phone because I am not paying $1,000 for a phone. Oh, the repeat listing, Maria. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've thought about that. Thanks for all the suggestions, everyone up there. Mo Flips, Keith, Command Post Picker, Sue Ann. And there's a lot of real specialty sticker places. The stickers are really cheap. That's why I'm thinking about doing them, because I can get literally like 1,000 for $40. And I just need a design to upload, depending on the size of the sticker. So I don't know if I just want to do my name and moniker or, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if people would want them, but they're so cheap that, yeah, I thought they'd be good to test out. Oh, that's good to know, Marie. Usually they're one or both of them are in here. Usually, I haven't seen them today though. And it's Friday. People are doing stuff. Is that pods that print on demand? I don't know what pod is. It looks like several other people have the iPhone 6S as well. Yeah, that's what I thought it was, print on demand. I've never done it, John, but maybe someone else has. I don't know. I do know I need a new passport photo taken, so I think we're going to do that here because we have a little photo printer. We got to get our passports renewed. Not that I'm planning on going out of the country anytime soon, but it's just good to have a passport handy. Ours expired and we forgot to renew it. Lots of Josh. Good morning. Thank you for popping in. Yeah, glad to see you again. Good morning, Craig. There's Land Shark Picker. Thank you, Will. Yeah, hit that thumbs up. I do appreciate it. Helps with that search, with that algorithm. We've been talking a lot about algorithms this morning. Steven Scroggins, I think eBay needs to promote their site with the newer generation. All they know is Amazon. Yeah. And that's just it. I mean, Amazon's great. I order stuff off Amazon all the time. But if you're looking for unique items, one of a kind items, eBay's where it's at. I'm telling you, I have a lot of stuff just like that. There's Joe, the Family Flips. Good morning in Conway, Arkansas. Thank you for popping in, buddy. Oh, I forgot to let's do my recap. My YouTube recap. People seem to like this. We're going to go to the YouTube Studio app. Show you guys what I've done the past couple of days on YouTube, the numbers. So we got 1,100 real-time views the past 48 hours. That's always peaks and valleys and stuff, of course. In the last 48 hours, the number one episode is episode 78, 25 items that sold on eBay with 602 views. Watch time the past 28 days dipped below 200,000 again. We're down to 197,752 watch minutes. 14,315 views the past 28 days, and that stays pretty consistent. It's been between 14 and 15,000 for a month and a half now. Average view duration back down into the 13s at 13 minutes and 48 seconds. And oh, that's not right. Oh yeah, no, well, it's the past 28 days. Like 29 days ago, the revenue dropped off, and yeah, it's reset. So the estimated revenue the past 28 days is $92.88, and that is pretty consistent. 75% ad revenue, 25% super chats, and yeah, thanks to all you guys. The last live video, Kent and Adam for giving super chats. The last live video, appreciate that a lot. Email. 192 subscribers the past 28 days. I'll tell you, and eBay and YouTube as well for me. The past 3 days has been not that good. The top video the past 28 days has been episode 70 with 13,586 watch minutes. There's the top 5 videos the past 28 days. Episode 70, 71, a mid-morning haul, episode 72 and 76. So yeah, that's it. My current subscribers, I forgot to show that. Let me see here. My current subscribers are 1451. I finally broke over 1450 last night. I had been bouncing in the 1440s for about 5 days, which is crazy. I would literally go to 1448 and drop back down to 1445. I would go to 1449 and drop down to 1447, 1448, 1446. It would go up and down between 1445 and 1449 for like 4 or 5 days. And finally last night it went up to 1451. So I had pretty even subscribe, unsubscribe the past 3 or 4 days. So, but anyway, that's the numbers. I think people enjoy me showing that because a lot of YouTubers are not transparent with their numbers and their revenue. So I would like to show everyone 3 days a week. Okay, back to the chat. What do we got going on? Yeah, reseller Rockefeller, he is right. eBay has really struggled in advertising the past decade. You know, and I've seen some eBay ads, but yeah, they don't have consistency, you know. Consistent, you know, like some of the best ads on TV are Geico. You know, I don't have Geico personally, but their ads are fantastic, you know, and there's a lot of good ones. You know, Coca-Cola usually does pretty good. Budweiser, outstanding ads. Anheuser-Busch. So eBay needs to hire their advertising agency, which I'm sure they're expensive, but man, they need to get in on that, you know. So, good morning, Unclaimed Storage Treasures. How you doing this morning? Jameson's Closet. Joe, the family flips. I didn't realize where you live. I wouldn't have done my live update video. I don't know why I don't get notified anymore when people are live. I used to get always notified. Yeah, the notifications on YouTube are really. Oh, I said where you live. I didn't realize you were live. Yeah, the notifications on YouTube is hit and miss sometimes. You know, obviously, if you ring the bell, if you hit the thumbs up and ring the bell, we do appreciate it. But you ring the bell, and sometimes it doesn't matter. You know. Thank you for the pump up, Keith. Appreciate that. Don says, my YouTube channel is something I want to work on this year. We have 2 vids, and that's about it. Yep. You got to start somewhere, right? When I started, all I had on my YouTube channel was like 3 or 4 eBay test videos, you know. And I started doing the episodes back in May. You know, I started off just with haul videos. And after like 15 episodes or so, I went into what alternating haul videos and what sold videos. And I didn't start doing these live videos until recently, December. So basically, once I got a pretty good subscriber base, you know. So yeah, it's all a process. Oh, thanks, Don. I appreciate that. Yeah, Craig, that's pretty much it, isn't it? You get on the camera and start talking. I love that commercial, Renee. I love that commercial. Hump day. And that's another, is that a Geico commercial? That's what I'm talking about. Geico uses a fantastic ad agency. Their ads are hilarious. Yeah, Candace, like I said, it's really hit and miss. Like, you know, I know when a lot of people are going live, like I know when Justin's show is. So if I'm sitting down drinking coffee in the morning, I'll pop over to his channel just so I don't miss it because the notification probably won't come through. Scott, the bearded picker, I know he's live at 8 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays. He also does some late night stuff, but I'm already in bed, so I don't ever catch the late night stuff. But yeah. Tommy, yeah, you're right. Tommy says, you know, why would eBay advertise? They can just bleed sellers to make up for lost revenue, promoted listings, postage inflation sometimes. Yep. Yep. And I'll never understand that as someone who was in business for myself, but I was a small business, you know, but I did have retail locations. For what it's worth, I do have my MBA. I think I understand business. I taught business courses at Mizzou for a couple of years. My specialty, of course, is small business. It seems like some of these corporations just don't get it. You see, the best organizations, the most ethical ones, usually are the most successful ones. Usually, you know, but you have these ones that will just do anything they can to squeeze another penny up on their stock price, you know. So that's why I'm a really, really big supporter of Costco. I love Costco. They treat their employees right. Trader Joe's did, but oh, they still do. Wasn't it? Didn't Amazon buy Whole Foods? Amazon bought one of these places recently. You know, and there's always big controversy on how Amazon treats their warehouse workers and stuff. And yeah, but anyway, that borders on the political, so I try to stay away from that. But yeah, I support Costco for sure. Um, Fave reveal helped your channel grow for sure. Oh, face reveal. You meant the face reveal. I got you. Yeah, I did. For all you that don't know, all you new people, like my first 50 episodes, 50, I didn't show myself on camera. I just, showed the items in front of the camera and just did screen caps of the sold videos. And I did the first time I was on camera face to face was episode 50. And I did that on purpose. So, the first 50 episodes, I just got comfortable with the idea. So, yeah, and it has progressed from there. There you go. Michelle says to unring the bell and ring it again. So maybe it'll redo those notifications. That's a good idea, Will. I have looked at Fiverr before, but not in a while. So I'm sure there's some people out there that'd be willing to do a basic design for $5 or less. So $5 is nothing. I'd give someone $5 for a good design for a sticker. Yeah, Keith, absolutely. Agreed. Yeah, it's Amazon about Whole Foods. Yeah, so I've never honestly 100%. It's not because Amazon owns them or not. I do buy stuff off Amazon because that's the only place I can get some of this stuff. But I don't go to Whole Foods. I usually get all my stuff from Costco and Aldi. Aldi's another company that pays their employees well. So, yep. There's Danny. There's EMM. How is Charleston this morning? Yeah, Craig. Don't overthink it. Yeah. Yeah, and we all do that, Craig. Craig says, "Don't overthink what you're going to talk about or your topic." I find myself doing that, trying to come up with something no one has done. Yeah, and we all do that, because pretty much, I'm not going to say everything's been done, but pretty much. But everyone has their own unique perspective or spin to stuff as well. I keep on hitting the mic with my hat, but everyone has their own unique view of everything. And that takes me on something else I was going to talk about today. I didn't have it on my list, but I meant to have my list of stuff to talk about. Like yesterday in one of the Facebook groups, there's a lot of new sellers in the Facebook groups, and there's a lot of us experienced people there to help them, of course. And that's what we're there for. It's a community. We're there to help. And this was in uh, John, the Cincinnati Pickers reseller group. Somebody posted um, an item, the Sony headphones. They were brand new, vintage from the 80s, and he got them at Goodwill for like $5. And no comps out there, of course. There's nothing, zero, not with the Walkman, without it. These were just the headphones, not the Walkman, but they went, to a Walkman or whatever. There's nothing out there, and these were name brand Sony, not some knockoff stuff. And I was the first one to tell the guy, I'm like, I researched it real quick myself, Google, other sites and stuff, and there's nothing on that specific model. But I told him, I was like, you can take my 2 cents for what it is, because this is just experience and the way I do things. My method is I would price super high and you can always lower it down. So I recommended, like $99 best offer, lower it if it doesn't sell. And some guy got on there and just said that I was nuts and they were worthless. They weren't worth anything. And this is not only in reselling, but in life in general. You see this all the time when everybody is entitled to their opinion. But when someone gives you their informed and experienced opinion versus someone that's just piping off with nothing to back it up, that drives me crazy. Yeah. And don't tell me that something is worthless and I don't know what I'm talking about. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm a pretty good judge on what something may be worth and what it may not be worth. So that guy just irked the crap out of me. That's why I hate social media. I hate social media because people are behind a keyboard and they have bombastic ignorance and they aren't afraid to puke it out all over the world. And that just pisses me off. You can be ignorant about something, and ignorance is not a bad thing. I'm ignorant about a lot of things. Ignorance is just you don't know something about anything. You don't have the experience in something. You know, I'm ignorant about a lot of stuff, but bombastic, arrogant ignorance pisses me off, you know, and that's what this guy had. Bombastic, arrogant ignorance. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. Oh boy. Okay. So on to other stuff. Keith, you don't really need a topic to just be open and honest, continue to have a good interaction, and that will set you apart from all the others. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what we try to do, right, Keith? You know, go for it, Don. Go for it. Yeah, absolutely, Michelle. Michelle says it's hard to give good advice sometimes, especially when there's not anything about an item, but that's when you have to fall back on just your previous experiences and, you know, what you have learned. Let me see. No, Land Shark, I guarantee she's not taking it like that. So, yeah, one uppers, Mo. I get it. Yeah, one uppers. Yep. Yep. Yep, reseller Rockefeller. Reseller Rockefeller says if I had a penny for every time I sold a valuable item for a lot of money after another reseller person told me it wasn't worth anything, I would be a billionaire. And that is 100% fact. I had someone in the comments section of one of my videos tell me that I estimate my items too high, and I pinned their comment because that's bombastic ignorance. I have set the high watermark on eBay on items hundreds of times. Not just a few times, hundreds of times. So, yeah, that bombastic, arrogant ignorance, and you just spew your crap all over the internet. You know, just that's my number one pet peeve in life. And that goes not just for reselling, for everything. Unjustified arrogance. Arrogance in general. I'm not arrogant person, you know, like even in my like I said, my first comment to that guy with the Sony headphones, it's like it's just my opinion, you know. I'm a slow dime too. You can price something high and lower the price, but if you price something cheap and it sells, you never can tell what you may have gotten out of it. So it's philosophy, educated guessing when an item doesn't have a comp, you know. But this guy just basically saying this item was worthless. Sheer ignorance. Because it wasn't worthless. It was worth something. Yeah, chicken fried steak, absolutely. And this is on Facebook. And the only reason I use Facebook, period, is because of my family and these groups, you know, the Justin's group, John, the Cincinnati Pickers group, and I also have a group for like my platoon mates, my Marine Corps platoon mates, uh, my Marine Corps buddies. We have a group on there, and my high school class has a group on there as well. So basically, it's for that stuff. Everything else I can do without strangers. Yeah. And it does help to connect with you guys too. I do put my email in the description of all these videos. So, and several people have emailed me directly, and that's fine. That's why I put it there for. And that's Michael at newfoundpass.com. That's all it is, you know. So, let me see here. Hawk said, I just made my 200 listings mobile friendly between last night and this morning. My watchers went from 29 to 39. That's interesting, Hawk. Ooh, jumped on me. Hang on. Yeah, pick and roll, absolutely. Pick and roll says you can be unique in your delivery. Yeah, absolutely. And everybody has their own view on stuff. And oh, what did you make mobile compatible, Hawk? Was it your listings on eBay? I'm guessing that's what it is. Yeah. Jason said I had a person message me one time on an item saying that it would not sell. He was a reseller. 2 weeks later, it sold. Absolutely. I hope you screen capped it and sent it to him. And I've had buyers do that as well and be like, this item is not worth this and blah, blah, blah. And the next day it would sell for full asking. Yeah, I'm like, there you go, buddy. Stick that in your crawl. That's why I wonder, Michelle, is it really that difficult? That's where eBay has a tech problem. And when it comes down to it, eBay is a tech company, but they have a tech issue. They're really behind the times on their tech. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. To Don, opinions are like, and I almost said that to him too. I was like, opinions are like a-holes. Everybody has one. There you go. Thanks, Craig. Yep. Don, now you have to start putting up content, Don. Oh, gosh. Oh, thanks, Chris. Yeah. There's another guy in the chat, Keith, command post picker, is also a Marine. And wait a minute, weren't you a Marine as well? Somebody else. There was like two or three of us veteran Marines in here. So reseller Rockefeller, I had a fellow reseller clown me for buying a box of jewelry from a yard sale for $90. I laughed at his ignorance because I sold one of the items the next day for $1,400. Don't you love that? Like I said, bombastic ignorance. It's just, and these people have, I don't understand it. You can not agree with what someone pays for something or what someone's asking for something, but if they thinking they can get it, more power to them. It's none of your business, really. Top right of the description block, click on the mobile friendly checker. Oh, cool. I'm going to check that today, Hawk. That's something I've never really checked, to be honest. I never have, because I just assume, like everyone else in the chat, that eBay's a tech company and they would automatically make it mobile friendly, you know? So, yeah. Lots of Josh feel like the app is good for buyers, but awful for sellers. If eBay could make a separate sellers app, that would kind of like Amazon. Amazon has that separate sellers app, and Etsy does as well. Etsy has a separate sellers app. Poshmark does not. I don't think. I could be wrong. I don't know. I didn't even know you could check solds on Posh, and actually, I still got to figure that out. How to check solds on Posh? Somebody said you could check solds on Poshmark. I need to figure that out. Oh yes, Craig, absolutely. Because I use mobile for listing, but I hate that they don't have custom SKU on mobile. Because I have custom SKUs. I put my stuff in bins, so I have to list it on mobile, and then I have to go on my laptop and edit for the custom SKU. Oh, that's a pretty good idea. Forever fishing, Mike's Army sticker. Yeah, I had to be copying though. I watch a guy. I've talked about him before. I watch the Aqua Chigger. He's a metal detectorist. He lives up in Maryland, not too far from me, a couple hours from me. And he does that. He's got all kinds of merch with Chig's Army, Aqua Chigger. Yeah, it's pretty cool though. I like it though. I can do Marine Mike, 0311 Mike. Hey, you're right, Michelle. Yeah. Oh, it's just the same filter, Maria. That's good to know. I haven't used the Poshmark app that much because usually I just cross post stuff on the Posh, so I use just the web page. But I'm gonna get on the app today and tinker around with it. You're right, Joe. Like I said, they're a tech company. That's really what they are. eBay. Everybody says, "Oh, eBay's an auction company. They're a merch items company." No, eBay's a tech company, but they're a crappy tech company. Oh, really, Hawk? That's funny. Even if you list for mobile, you still have to make it mobile friendly. That sounds about right. Yep, absolutely, Don. Don says, not sure why some people assume that their opinion of values should be adhered to by everyone. And wow, that could speak to many levels of their life. You're 100% correct. Cool. Thank you, Pick and Roll. I will be using that. I was in the thrift store, so it was kind of hustle and bustle when I was going to check that. Because, I always, sometimes I'll check eBay solds in the thrift store if I'm not sure on an item. But I was going to check something on Posh last weekend. And yeah, I was just like, I'll figure it out. I didn't even know if it was a thing or not. There you go, Keith. Mike's Marines. Yeah. Yeah, I was a grunt though. All you guys can't be. You're not all grunts though. So I spent a lot of time with a pack on my back and an M249 saw, crating like a baby. It seemed like I was always the saw gunner in my fire team. In SOI, I was actually usually a squad leader though when I was in SOI. So, yep. Huh. I never heard of it. Moronic pest, Octavia. Oh, I don't know about that, Josh. uh, uh, considering me and my wife both were Marines, and my wife was more Marine than I am because she was active duty. So my wife was hardcore. She was in Okinawa, Japan for most of her career. She actually volunteered to go to Somalia, but they wouldn't let her. She's hardcore. She's 5'2", and she would kick the shit out of you. Yep, you're right, Keith. Except for you're a motor T without us, the pride don't ride. Absolutely, you're right. But I was a grunt. We were walking. Seems like man, I put hundreds, maybe even thousands of miles on trails and on a pack. Well, that's all right, Justin. I know you had to get your stuff out of storage, store. Plan B. Oh, Justin, you didn't have to do that. It's kind of like Sheldon Cooper of Big Bang Theory. Now, if you give me a gift, I'll have to give you one. I'm just kidding. Uh, Plan B Living asked, have you ever dealt with bulk? I have not, but the things I've heard about them is not good. From I've never bought pallets individually, but I'd be wary on pallets. When I bought stuff like that, I would buy truckloads, just like Joe the Family Flips does. Uh, when you buy truckloads, if you make sure it's a reputable company, it's not cherry picked. With pallets, could be cherry picked. You just never can tell. As for my stuff this morning, yeah, Keith probably. I know he has. Yep. Feel like I need some sometimes. Yeah, absolutely. We had in SOI. I say SOI like people know what I'm talking about there, but SOI is the Marine Corps School of Infantry, the School of Infantry, and that's on. I went through that in Camp Pendleton, California. Um, in the School of Infantry, you had us 0311 grunts, but you also had guys that would split off into mortarmen, and you also had guys that would split off into land armored vehicle training. So there was, but I was a true 0311, just grunt, pack on the back, grunt. Yeah, absolutely, Justin. That's what I was saying. Those pallets, they're cherry picked. Yeah, 100%. And not just those big ones, bulk and liquidation, but there's some small time ones that do that stuff. And yeah, if I was going to do pallets, it would be truckloads, just like Joe does. Because, like I said, you can pretty much guarantee it hasn't been cherry picked. What I'm wondering, Joe, and I've tried to find this out before, and maybe I'll message you, Joe. Was I'm not in any position to do this right now, but I have done truckloads, and I would like to do it again, but warehouse space here is just too expensive. I mean, crazy expensive. But from where all I can figure, Joe, is these retailers will not let you buy direct truckloads from them. They always have some middleman that's coordinating everything, and that stinks because obviously the middleman's going to make their money, make their cut off of it. I always wished and hoped there was a way to buy these truckloads direct, from the retailer. If that was the case, I would figure out a warehouse space. But anyway, maybe I'll have to message you about that. I don't know. So anyway, guys, that is it. We've been going an hour and 10 minutes. I'm sure Justin or Glenn or Craig or Lonnie or someone is going to do a live show here pretty soon. So I'm going to wrap it up here in the next 4 minutes. If you guys have any questions, Mr. Hobbs wants to make an appearance. So hang on here. Hops. Come on. Hops. Come on. Hops. There he goes. Here's Mr. Hobbs. Wanted to make an appearance. Just say hello. He is purring. He's a purring putty. But yeah, there you go. It's the cat appearance for the day. I'll be working down here, and he'll come down here and try to pester me to death. So Mr. Hobbs. Okay, Joe, they do. Amazon is building a facility in North Little Rock, and they were positioning ourselves to buy directly from them. Yeah. And that's, if I could find a place to buy direct, I would hop back into that game again. But those middlemen were making it difficult. They take most of the profit. Hey, it's Hobbs's house. I just live here. Ain't that right, buddy? Okay, well, Joe, I may email you sometime or anything, but yeah. Oh, thank you, Renee. Thanks everyone for watching and commenting your chats. Justin, thanks for the super chat, bud. You know you didn't have to do that, but I do appreciate it. Yeah, I'll be out doing our normal sourcing this weekend. I do have my Amazon affiliate links if you need any refills of bubble wrap or tape dispensers or paper or sweater shavers. Just about anything. It's in my Amazon affiliate links. So yeah, check that out. Thanks for watching, and we will see you guys. Oh, a reminder: this next Monday, the 11th, I'll be at the dentist, so no live show. But I'm going to film our haul video Sunday night, and it'll be on its regular schedule. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and we will see you guys later.